Shalom Israel, once again, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect across the four corners of the earth, beginning with the 144,000 who are primarily here in America, which is known as Babylon the Great, in these last days, waiting for salvation, waiting for the second coming of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, whose real name is Yahweh Shai, to deliver and bring salvation of the kingdom of heaven. This lesson will be entitled, You Are Much More Powerful Than You May Think Right Now. And a little visual, but jumping straight into it, this is Romans 11:5. When you just for context, just for understanding, when you read from 1 on down, it's talking about the elect of the nation of Israel, beginning with the 144,000, the prophets, the men of the Lord, right? The temple being built is the elect members coming together from the four corners of the earth in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakak Kadash to build the third temple spiritually. It speaks about the two witnesses that shall prophesy, the two olive trees, the two candlesticks. Those are that represents the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. All of the 12 tribes of Israel, beginning with the elect, beginning with the 144,000, 12,000 of each tribe, But verse 5 says, and if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth. This is the power that the elect possess, through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this word. We have access to the power that controls all things. Therefore, we have access to power over the elements. Fire being one of the elements. Which is likened unto the spirit of life. The truth representing, the fire, right? The light. And if any man will hurt them, the elect are being hurt every single day that we're forced to have to endure living behind enemy lines, which is living no matter where we are on the face of the earth, under the hands of our enemies. Our number one enemy being the nation of the so-called white man, which is the biblical Edomites, the devil in the flesh. Every single day that we have to wait for the kingdom of heaven to be established, we're going through spiritual torment. We're going through mental torment. We're forced to not only suffer of the things that we have to go through, but we're forced to suffer. We're forced to watch the sufferings of our loved ones, our family members, fellow brethren and sisters, believers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. If any man will hurt them, and if you're not a part of the elect, then you were part of the problem. If you either with the Lord or you against the Lord. And 2/3 of our people will continue to be against the Lord. Therefore, they are contributing to our hurt. If any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth, and devoureth their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. And that's why the Lord is going to bring about a fiery destruction, a great fiery destruction by way of those ICBMs and concentrated fire blasting out of the what the world ignorantly calls UFOs, which are really the chariots of God, the vehicles in which the angels travel in. It says, these have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy. You know, the elect, just like Elijah, possessed the power. You know, all things are written for our learning. The spirit of the prophets are subject unto the prophets. The same power that Yahushua and that David, that Elijah, you know, all of the miracles that were performed, the elect possess those powers now. You know, and we're just waiting to the point where the Lord fully unlocks those spiritual powers for it to manifest through the flesh. You know, as far as flying and healing by laying hands on a person. You know, it says, these have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy. You know, so on a flip side, right, the Lord is going to cause it to rain fire by way of the thermonuclear bombs in these last days, in the day of his ultimate judgment, which will not take place until all the prophecies are fulfilled, until the Lord is finished using the elect members to go out on the highways and byways and preach the gospel and give warning to the elect of the nation of Israel, to offer repentance of the sins of the nation of Israel, which only the elect are going to take heed to. So until, you know, this is the power that the elect possesses. You have to think about that. You know, it should be strengthening, because, you know, this truth is between you and the Lord, and at times it can feel very lonely. It's only, at the end of the day, it's only you that have to go through the sufferings and work out your own salvation, and it's only you that know exactly what you're going through in your life, you and the Lord. You know, and depending on the circumstances, some people are more alienated, separate from a brotherhood or a sisterhood more than others. But even the brothers and sisters that are privileged to be surrounded around brothers and sisters, they still are in this truth by themselves, and maybe put in circumstances in the future where they'll be separated from the brothers and sisters that they're regularly surrounded around, that they're privileged to be regularly surrounded around in these days. So, you know, but no matter who you're around, no matter who you're not around, you have to remember that the elect are praying for one another. The elect are all together as a collect, as a body, as a group. You know, 144,000 plus elect members praying for the same things, praying for thermonuclear destruction to come to pass, praying for praying for Jacob's trouble to come to pass, praying for Yahushua to make his second return, praying for the deliverance of the nation of Israel, praying for the sealing of the elect of the nation of Israel. You know, so when you think you putting up a prayer, you know, it's not just you. And that's great power. It's power in numbers. When 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there's 144,000 plus people on the face of the earth praying for the exact same things sincerely through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But until the elect are finished preaching the gospel, until the Lord is done using the elect to fulfill the prophecy of preaching the gospel, the nuclear destruction, that fire, the Lord is not going to make it rain fire, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, like Moses did, right? And that's control of the elements. The Lord first destroyed the earth through water, and this time through fire. Moses split the Red Sea. The Lord gave him the power to be able to control the elements. And the elect, that the prophets, the men of the Lord, the elect that are on earth today, they possess those same powers. And to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. So anyone coming up against you, it's like it's a joke. And in our reality, you remain humble, but when you really meditate on this, you should have a mentality like, man, can't nobody fuck with me. Because can't nobody fuck with the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Right? Greater is he that is within you than he that is within the world. There's no power in this world that can fuck with, that can compete with the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and the body of the elect all together, summoning that power to increase and to be more dominant on the face of the earth. Right? Go back to the visual. Then I'm gonna go here. This is 2 Chronicles chapter 7 verse 14. If my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. So the Lord said that this is all we had to do for the kingdom of heaven to be established, for our enemies to be driven out of our land, for our enemies to be brought out of power, for Yahweh Shai to make his second return, for us to be delivered from all the hell that we've been catching for thousands of years. Right? All we have to do is turn to the east and acknowledge the Lord. If which this is not going to happen. If all the Israelites on earth turn and face to the east, then the Lord will bring the kingdom in a snap of a finger. But that's not going to happen, but at the same time, it is going to happen. It is happening. The process is, the elect are coming together. The 1/3 of the nation of Israel, beginning with 144,000, they are in this spirit of acknowledging the Lord, facing the east, praying and fasting, rehearsing the righteous acts, doing all they can to be pleasing unto the Lord, right? And a part of the prayers is to pray for one another, pray for the elect to be sealed, pray for the elect to be protected, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, we through the preaching of prophecy, it's like unto fire, and that's the reason why this place is being destroyed. That's why these prophecies are speeding up. That's why World War III is speeding up, while these nations is gathering together over in the so-called Middle East, fasting and fast. That's why the days are speeding up. You know, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin, and I will heal their land. This is Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 14. It says, wherefore thus saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them. You know, so this is the reason why this place is being destroyed. You know, I know it's not me, you know, but I noticed that since Apostle Gabar put out the decree that, you know, all the believers of Yahweh Shem Shah, all the followers of Great Millstone, all the members and followers of Great Millstone daily put up the curses. And I know it's not just me, but I know it's not just me. Every since then, you know, prophecies have been unfolding, but you could just feel in the spirit that things have been speeding up because of that. You know, just like what the regardless of the controversy around the topic, the going back to ancient Rome, which America is Rome all over again, right? Continue, the great fire of Rome, you know, was linked to what the gospel being preached, the uprising and rebellion of the nation of Israel. You know, Nero, whether the elect was raising hell literally and you know, set the city ablaze, or Nero, you know, it had something to do with it, and he blamed it on the nation, on the Israelites. You know, spiritually, you know, that fire is tied, that fiery destruction is tied with the rising up of the nation of Israel. Wherefore thus saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them. So spiritually, the elect are burning this great city of America down, man. You know, the more the elect go out on the highways and byways, the more the elect preach the gospel, bring out prophecy, flood the internet, flood the YouTube with these videos full of prophecy, the more this place is being destroyed by that spiritual fire. This is 1 Corinthians 10 and 3. 2 Corinthians 10 and 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. You know, the beautiful thing about the Heavenly Father is that he's a perfect balance. And in attempts of our people rising up in history, you know, pertaining to the tribe of Judah, which is the head tribe of the 12 tribes of Israel, you had the two of the main faces of our people attempting to fight back against oppression from our enemies is the example of wood and the example of stone, which represents Christianity and Islam. The two faces of the face of Christianity was Martin Luther King, and the face of Islam was Malcolm X for the tribe of Judah. You know, and the Lord, you know, showed through both of those examples that those weren't the ways that our people was going to be delivered. And if you look at both of them, Martin Luther King was about turning the other cheek, turning the other cheek, and being at peace with your enemies, and peacefully working things out, showing ourselves that we can be civilized, and we can use our brains with in a peaceful manner to establish, to gain our respect on the face of the earth. The Lord said, man, that shit ain't gonna work. Islam was the opposite of that, through Malcolm X, right? By any means necessary, right? Both of these men are known for multiple things, but through the Spirit, these are the two main examples that the Lord used them for. By any means necessary. If you could do it peaceful, you could do it peaceful. But one of the famous pictures of Malcolm X is him peeping out the door with it. What was that? I think it was a SK. Right, he had some type of assault rifle, and he had power over men, that was prepared to physically go to war with our enemies, as means of gaining respect, gaining rights on the face of the earth. But the Lord said, nah, that ain't gonna work neither. And now the truth of the matter is what? That the elect are commanded to wait ye upon me, wait for the green light, wait for Yahweh to make his second return, turn the other cheek for now, burn this place down, destroy this place down spiritually, through the prophecies, through the preaching of the gospel. Right, and once Yahweh shall make his second return, then the elect will be able to physically contribute to the destruction of this place. Once spiritual powers are given to us, once we're given new bodies, perfect bodies, which will come with 100% spiritual powers. Unlimited spiritual powers. So it says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh, but the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds. Our enemies, beginning with the nation of the Edomites, the so-called white man, the devil in the flesh, he has through his philosophies, through his laws, through his religions, and through his future plans. Not only does he have a stronghold, he's going to continue. He's looking to strengthen his hold on the nation of Israel. By way of his new world order and that one world money system, which is going to be implemented by the micro CHIP pertaining, which is the MOTB pursuing Revelation 13:16. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of Yahweh, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach through the truth. Right, we're finished. And having in readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Salakia, it's fulfilled. So once the elect are finished going through what they need to go through, once they their faith has been tested to the fullest, and they're granted salvation, they're delivered, they're given those new bodies, given those spiritual powers, they're going to be able to act out on them being ready to get revenge. you know, which is a beautiful thing because the Lord could have, you know, that's another lesson. If this devil had his way, if the Lord, you know, wanted to, everything that the devil said about our people, you know, could have been true. That the Lord did stop dealing with the nation of Israel. That we are lazy and we're not worth nothing. You know, we're not special. You know, we're a bunch of bums and murderers, and you know, we're incapable of being better. We're beast like men. You know, we're if it wasn't for the Lord making promises with our forefathers and him being bound by his word, you know, if it wasn't for the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know, we wouldn't have that. We wouldn't, you know, and our people would have dealt with it, because before knowing this truth, we already accepted the thought of, oh, this is what life is. You know, this is what life is. Fuck it. It is what it is. One day we have to die, and there's nothing we could do about it. You know, get your money up, enjoy life to the fullest as much as you can, while we have time. Nobody promised tomorrow. You know, our enemies is ruling over us. Our people is divided. You know, it is what it is. But the Lord, it says what? And having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience. The elect are going to be granted the privilege of being delivered and partaking in conquering over our enemies physically, gathering our enemies, hunting them down, the survivors of World War III, the survivors of the thermonuclear destruction, dragging their ass into slavery. You know, getting the earth in order with all nations under our nation. You know, being able to pay back our enemies for everything that they did unto us. You know, double. You know, the Lord will. That's a beautiful thing. The Lord is allowing us to be able to actually get revenge. But not, you know, the way we have to get our revenge now is spiritually, through doing the works, remaining patient, you know, and destroying this place spiritually, burning your city down spiritually through the word. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations. This is why Esau is not going to prevail with their new world order. And every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of Yahweh. This is why Islam is going to be shown to not be the way to save our people. This is why plantation Christianity, that doctrine is going to be shown to not be the way that's going to save our people. This is why voting, right, trusting in our enemies, accepting the thought of our enemies ruling over us. You know, this is why Esau, Edom, is not going to prevail in trying to replace the Heavenly Father, you know, setting himself up to be God himself, you know, having control over all people of the earth, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. Right, once Yahweh make his second return, the elect are going to be tasked to establish a perfect order on the face of the earth, with all nations giving all praise, honor, and glory to the names of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, keeping the law, statutes, commandments that the Heavenly Father Yahweh established and gave the nation of Israel for all humanity to be civilized. You know, this is why the heathen nations are going to be dragged into slavery, because they have to be forced to be civilized according to the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. and having a readiness to revenge all disobedience. And when we have them in captivity, that for the whole time of the kingdom of heaven, beginning with the first 1,000 years of slavery, we're going to forever be getting revenge on our enemies. You know, because if it wasn't for the Lord, our enemies would have exterminated us off of the face of the earth. They would have totally destroyed us. We would never possess the ability to control the earth, to rule the earth, to rise back up into power. So the Lord has it set up towards though once we rise back up into power, we ain't never gonna fall out of power again. And we're gonna be able to exterminate our number one enemy, the nation of the Edomites, the nation of so-called white man, as an example of not to fuck with the Lord, not to fuck with the Lord's chosen people, man. This is Luke 21 and 10. These are the signs of the times, you know, which it was speaking about 70 AD primarily, but America is the second leg of Rome, and everything that happened in 70 AD is going to happen in these last days, during Jacob's trouble, during the hour of temptation. Verse 10. But these are part of the signs leading up to the hour of temptation and the time of Jacob's trouble. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. You know, race wars and world wars. This is what you see happening on the face of the earth more and more. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. That's happening. In famines, shortages of food, the economy is being destroyed. People are not eating. People are not thriving how they once did. They just, brothers loaded up reports of you know, how Black Friday shopping went, and it was fucking empty, virtually fucking empty. You know, it was a handful of people that went shopping and taking advantage of the discounts on Black Friday. And famines and pestilences, diseases, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. You know, the eclipses, the chariots showing themselves, so-called UFO sightings. These are all signs of the times. But before all these they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. You know, before the end is complete, you know, there's gonna be, you know, the time of Jacob's trouble is gonna be persecution. The government grabbing up the prophets, the believers in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, throwing them into concentration camps, imprisoning them unfairly, you know, tormenting them, putting some of them to death, you know, starving them out, you know, trying to re-educate them, trying to look into micro C-hip them, you know, and that micro C-hip, I believe it has the power, you know, once you could have truly believed in Yahweh Shemal Shah, or, you know, in all reality, if you get that micro C-hip, you was never a true believer. You will be shown to be a hypocrite, you know, a reprobate, anathema maranatha, set aside, you know, for judgment. But any memories of the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shah, you know, I believe they're gonna have access to tap into your brain and delete, you know, cause you to have amnesia on certain things. And it shall turn to you for a testimony. So although, you know, it's gonna seem like bad things are happening, to the elect, it's all for the good. It's all for your good. It's all for your benefit. It's all for a better testimony of how merciful, the Lord is, and how the Lord delivered you and got you through those hardships, of Jacob's trouble. Getting to the point, verse 14, settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate before what ye shall answer, right? Because even though, you could try to be as edifying as possible, break scriptures down, break prophecies down, grab a bunch of precepts to prove one point, a bunch of good examples to prove one point. In all reality, when it's all said and done, all you have to do is stand on your belief and boldly confess what you believe in, boldly prophesy and read a person their judgment, and however it comes out, it's going to be based upon the truth, because the truth is simple. The nation of Israel, beginning with the 1/3, is chosen to be delivered, to be saved from the day of the Lord's judgment, from the end of the world, from the thermonuclear destruction that's about to come, and all things leading up to that point. The kingdom of heaven is going to be established when Yahushua makes his second return. You either part of the elect or you're not. If you're not a part of the elect, you're going to be destroyed one way or another. And if a person don't believe that, whether a person believe it or not, it's only one or two things going to happen. A person is either going to repent because they are the elect, or they're going to buck up, they're going to rebel, and they're going to mark themselves. You're going to mark them for judgment. Settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate before what ye shall answer, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. So it's nothing that, there's no power, there's no doctrine, there's no person that believes in whatever they want to believe in that could come up against this truth, that could come up against the power that you possess, and that the elect are in the same spirit, worshiping and summoning, to manifest through the flesh, all together, So just for Lord willing, this was edifying and exhorting. I mean, this should get you fired up. And one more time for the visual, right? Salakia. These are all good visuals, man. The Lord, the elect, the believers in Yahweh Shema Shah have power over the chariots, bringing raining fire from those vehicles, and to destroy this place, adding to the destruction of thermonuclear missiles, man. This place is spiritually being destroyed, through prophecy, which is likened unto fire. So I like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, as well as all other elders that teach the exact same thing. Only salutations to the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000. Shalom. Real quick, I forgot to say, so if we have power over the elements, if we're protected by fire, we're protected by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, right? We're spiritually, we possess the power to spiritually destroy this place, then what about the smaller things? We have power. We have the power to overcome our lusts. Whatever things we're looking to get over, whatever sins we're looking to conquer and master. We have power to not allow our significant other to distract us from this truth. We have the power to separate from our emotions in order to be disciplined properly under the spirit and power of Yahweh. We have the power to stop smoking. We have the power to stop getting tattoos. We have the power to stop eating pork. We have the power to stop abusing drugs and being alcoholics and tempting the Lord by you know driving recklessly. You know, we have the power to not lay down with other men's women. You know, not to lust over women. You know, or whatever it is that brothers and sisters is going through. We have the power to have patience, you know, and not make haste because our significant other doesn't believe and you know, due to them not believing, their unbelief is spiritually tormenting and difficult for us to stay disciplined, you know, while being with them.